media and how that's impacting our work as Christian educators. Do you want to say some more about that?
There's a program called EFM, Education for Ministry, that is used throughout the Episcopal Church and other denominations too. Very intensive education program for adults of theological reflection. But there are many people around the United States who want to participate in that, but they might live in a small community in the mountains somewhere or in the desert, and there's not enough, they're 3 hours from a group or a church that they could meet to do that. So there are now online groups, and EFM is very much based in a community model of a small group gathering together every week to share their personal journeys, their faith stories, and then read scripture and then reflect on that as to what it's got to do with my life today. And so these groups now take place online.
And I've seen it happen, even work with communities that are already formed. I'm thinking about churches who have really effective use of technology with their website or a Facebook group, several Facebook groups for their church. They might have one that's for young adults, and so then they keep in touch that way. At our church, we had a mission trip recently to the Dominican Republic, and so the folks who went on the trip could upload their pictures to the Facebook group, and so everybody could see those. So here's a community that's already formed, which actually becomes closer and more connected through the use of technology.
Because they have a shared experience, and they can continue that and perhaps reflect on it more as time moves away from that event to say, oh wow, that really did impact my life, and to be able to share that with others and perhaps plan, let's do something like that again.
Right.
And they're already connected to one another. Now, another fun use of Facebook and for getting new ideas, one of the ones that I've been involved in involves how do we include children that have special needs in the church. So there was one, I don't even remember the name of the Facebook group that I joined, and what they were posing is, what resources do you have for your church that you use? Or who can suggest this? And then people from all over the country, all over the world, were adding in, this is a very needed ministry, and we do this in our church. And so there's this whole group of strangers from all over with a common need or a common passion that are able to share their thoughts and ideas that others can learn from. So it's everyone is so much better for the whole of it than being on their own trying to figure things out. And social media has allowed that to happen a whole lot more than ever before.
Although a challenge with that is, how do you filter the information you're getting? There's so much information out there. The sources are infinite. So how do you pick and choose among the different kinds of sources?
That's really hard. I think you have to determine, where it's coming from sometimes, and it's hard to tell, and where your boundaries are, because you could spend all day doing that if you
Yes. Early on, I think there was sort of a horror on the part of young people that people our age were getting
right. You're spying on us.
I'm leaving, and yet now it's become, as far as I can tell, this intergenerational thing.